They keep telling you this country is tearing itself apart. Left versus right, red versus blue. Good people versus monsters, that's the story. But here's the truth nobody in power wants you to say out loud. This isn't a war between enemies, it's an argument between two wings of the same bird. And no matter which wing you cheer for, the bird still flies in the same direction. They keep repeating the phrase like it explains everything. White people are being treated very badly. So let's slow that down and compare it to reality. White Americans dominate wealth. They dominate business ownership. They dominate corporate leadership. They dominate Congress, courts, capital, and media. That's not opinion, that's math. So if this is what being treated very badly looks like, then words have lost all meaning. What's actually being described isn't oppression, it's discomfort. The discomfort of being criticized, the discomfort of history being mentioned, the discomfort of sharing symbolic space. No land taken, no wealth seized, no power transferred, just the feeling of being asked to notice. Affirmative action didn't flip the system, it barely cracked the door. And when it was rolled back, people didn't sigh in relief, they celebrated. Which tells you the truth. The fear was never about fairness. It was about control without interruption. Equality feels like punishment only when dominance feels normal. Meanwhile, Black Americans weren't arguing about feelings. They were talking about death, prison, stolen wealth, redlined futures, erased opportunity. Those two conversations are not equal. They never were. Now, let's talk about the cross being worn like armor. Christian nationalism is not Christianity. It's power wearing scripture as camouflage. Because if policy reflected the teachings of Jesus, the poor wouldn't be punished. Immigrants wouldn't be hunted. Wealth wouldn't be worshipped, and mercy wouldn't be mocked. Instead, cruelty gets baptized and hierarchy gets called God's order. That's not faith. That's branding. Now here's where people get uncomfortable. The Republican Party is often brutally honest. They don't promise equality. They don't promise repair. They don't pretend to save everyone. They promise order, hierarchy, tradition. It's harsh. It's exclusionary. But it's not pretending to be something else. And that honesty is why it resonates with people who feel lied to by polished speeches. Now match that cadence. Same rhythm, different mask. The Democratic Party pretends to care. They speak the language of justice. They kneel, they chant, they promise. Then they win. And suddenly it's, we don't have the votes. The left is too radical. We're being shut down. Now's not the right time. Under Biden, Democrats had the presidency, the House, and the Senate. And still, nothing fundamental changed. No structural police reform, no wealth repair, no housing transformation, no economic reset for Black America. They blamed procedure. They blamed progressives. They blamed timing. What they didn't do was deliver. Black voters aren't ignored by accident. They're ignored because loyalty is assumed. That's not representation, that's extraction. Now step back. The right wing says, we don't owe you anything. The left wing says, we care, but our hands are tied. Different tone, same outcome. Minorities still struggle. Wealth gaps remain. Power stays concentrated. Promises evaporate. That's not a coincidence. That's the bird flying exactly where it wants to go. If white Americans were truly being treated very badly, they wouldn't still run the country. If Democrats were truly delivering for minorities, the numbers would look different by now. And if this were really a left versus right war, someone at the bottom would be winning. But they're not. Because this isn't two opposing forces, it's two wings. Same bird, same power, same direction. And until people stop fighting over feathers and start questioning the bird, nothing changes.